miss that Loot Crate boat, it's kind of like giving yourself a present in the future 12 times a year, and you actually forget that you subscribe, and then it shows up, and if you're having a crappy day, and then you're like, oh, hey, a gift from me, or you can send it to someone else and make their life happier. So I fully support Loot Crate. It will make your life a more entertaining place to be. Head to lootcrate.com/Nerdist. Enter the code Nerdist to save 10% off any new subscription. They also ship to Canada, Australia, and the UK. More info on their site. lootcrate.com/Nerdist. Promo code Nerdist. Thank you for sponsoring this episode of the Nerdist Podcast. Let's go to the Nerdist Community Corkboard. All right, this one's pretty incestuous. Not literally. Sort of, I suppose. But Kyle Clark, Laughin' Kyle, our very own Nerdist Podcast walk-around Muppet, is recording his next comedy album Friday, December 4th, which is the day this is going up at 9 p.m. at Nerdmelt. Tickets and info can be found at nerdmeltla.com. Go support Kyle. He's super funny. You heard him on the Stand Up Cluster, and he's now doing a full album. So support. Also, Matt Myra and Kevin Smith are doing a live show of their podcast Talk Salad and Scrambled Eggs this Saturday, December 5th at 7:30 p.m. at the Ice House in Pasadena. Go to csmod.com. That's SEE smod.com for tickets and info. Matt Myra and Kevin Smith. Oh my God, that's what are they not using that? They really, Matt, if you're listening, you should absolutely use this. Who am I kidding? Matt doesn't listen to this podcast. He's too busy making podcasts. This episode is Allison Tolman, who, if you don't recognize her by name, when you see her, go, oh my God, her, she's amazing. Allison is in a bunch of stuff that you love that is relevant to your interests as well. So she's been in Fargo, she's been in a bunch, but she's in Krampus right now. Krampus is a movie with Adam Scott, Toni Collette. It's kind of a Christmas horror movie, but it's sort of in the vein of Gremlins. You know, like I think it's time. I think it's time for another one of those. So Krampus is in theaters now. That is this Friday. It is there in theaters now, and you should absolutely go see it and enjoy. Allison Tolman, comedy background, it's sketch comedy, improv background, and fucking hilarious. So we're very happy and lucky to get her. This episode also brought to you by Audible.com. Hey, do you like to read books with your ears? Well, Audible.com will have you covered. They have a ton. Thousands. Over 180 of them. 180,000, not 180 books. 180,000 audio programs from the leading audiobook publishers, broadcasters, entertainers, magazine and newspaper publishers, business information providers. The app is free. It works on pretty much everything. iPhones, iPad, Android, Windows Phone. There's also like 500 MP3 players it works on. You can listen on your Kindle Fire. But unlike a streaming or rental service with Audible, you own your books. So you can access them anytime, anywhere, right from your smartphone. And they have a great listen guarantee. If you don't like anything that you've downloaded, no worries. Exchange your book. No questions asked. Anytime. So there you go. And just for listeners, Audible.com is offering a free 30-day membership. Go to audible.com/Nerdist today to start your free trial and show your support for the Nerdist Podcast, which is episode number 767 with the amazing Allison Tolman. Katie, start the thing. Start the thing.
Now entering Nerdist.com.
How's it going?
Really good.
Good.
I want you guys to know that I am aware that this is audio only, and I look so beautiful because I'm doing press for something else today.
You don't have to explain that you decided to dress up because you were very excited to be on the podcast.
I was going to wear my pajamas.
We were positive you were just being a lady.
She's a lady.
I'm a lady from the South. I know how to act right.
We have sweet tea. Hang on.
Y'all want some sweet tea? You gonna want some sweet tea for you? Welcome. Thank you for being here, Allison Tolman.
Thank you for having me.
What's going on? What other press are you doing today? What's a Krampus press day look like?
Dude, this is my first junket.
This isn't really junket at all. Oh, did your
Not
junket
this.
Going to
gotcha.
the thing that she dressed up for, which is not us.
I'm going to dress up for you guys. I'm super confused
I'm trying
about
to
what we're
prep you
doing
for it.
here.
What if we had a podcast
Allison,
dress
what is
code?
it? Did you know what the Krampus is? Allison, what is it?
You're doing so well. That's how my entire morning has gone. It's such a weird.
What's
it's
your
such a
worst
weird thing.
Christmas?
Yes, you guys are great at this.
Yeah.
You know what is really
We've done
interesting,
it.
though, is I was in Austria a few months ago, and Krampus is super popular over there.
yeah.
Like, we went to a Christmas museum in Salzburg,
As you do.
and next to Santa was fucking Devil Santa.
Yep,
And it was...
that's our guy.
There's a yin and a yang to everything, Chris.
That's right.
One of our actresses in the movie who plays the grandmother Omi is Austrian, and she flew in for the premiere last night, and we didn't know she was coming, and she brought like all this Krampus gear, like Krampus masks and Krampus cookies and all this, like, because they have that there. It's like part of like
God
Christmas
bless her.
merchandising there.
She had to check that stuff. That's
know.
that's a big effort.
Yeah.
That's before... Does it really help kids behave better knowing that a demon is going to...
Don't worry, it's just a phone.
Do you know many German?
Krampus strikes again!
Oh boy.
The screen's okay though.
No, it's cracked a long time ago.
Yeah, it's already
God,
broken.
Krampus gave you a warning this time. Next time he's coming back to crack your... Did your phone drop on the ground?
Yeah, it's probably because I married a Jew.
You just.
Sorry,
so
Krampus.
bad. I like how you also just have left the phone there.
What am I going to do with it? I don't need it right
You're
now.
right. You know what?
He was trying to do the cool move, like when you're in the lunchroom and you trip or you drop something and you're like, I don't need that right now. But in your brain, you're like, I need to pick that up. I really got to pick that up. How am I going to get that?
It broke at a Titanic slot machine.
Let me see. Let me see it. Let me see if it broke further.
I mean, it's
Oh, yeah,
there's a
it's
piece
broken.
missing. It's cool.
I've only broken my phone screen once, and I broke it. Like, it didn't crack. It just fell smack down on its face.
Yep.
And then never worked again. Like,
Oh,
never
wow.
turned on again, never did anything again. But it was just the screen.
Why are you throwing temper tantrums where you hurl your phone to the ground?
I'm just, like, kind of bitchy. So, I was mad about something. Somebody did.
I'm a personal Krampus. Which sounds like a job. You could... I'm a PK. I'm a personal Krampus.
Yeah, like if your kids are out of line.
You could hire a personal Krampus.
Krampus.
Come fuck with your kid.
If you're not German and he doesn't
Yeah.
come to your country.
I mean, he's duty bound to show up at Christmas time, but you can hire a Krampus throughout the
Anytime.
year. Yeah,
I mean,
Fourth
he's got
that's what a lot of people
July.
don't know.
He's got 11 months where he's doing nothing.
He's got a lot of free time.
yeah, he's not like Santa Claus. At least making toys.
right.
Yeah, he
right.
basically just
Krampus
comes
is
in and
not
destroys
doing
things
anything.
like the internet.
He's like sharpening sticks and things to like smack you.
He's
with.
like if Santa is a web page, Krampus is the comment thread.
the worst.
He just destroys everything.
the worst. Don't read the comments.
You are so unbelievably funny, and you've been in so many wonderful comedy things.
Thank you.
But I don't know what is your original comedy background.
I grew up doing theater, and my degree is in theater, and then I.
Could you submit your transcripts to us? Whenever anyone says they have a degree, we like to see the transcripts.
I have a BFA in fine arts from Baylor University. No,
Big fucking art degree.
it's serving me really well. No, I did theater forever, and then I went to Chicago in 2009 to study at Second City.
There you go.
Yes, that was my comedy training. Before that, I was just doing comedy badly, and then I actually learned how to do it.
What was the jump from doing because obviously I'm sure you must have grazed comedy and theater.
Yeah.
So what was the jump? What was it at Second City that kind of focused you, and what changed?
Well, I did improv in high school and college, and after bar prov in my early 20s and stuff like that. Poorly, very poorly. We were not great. So I feel like Second City made me into a sketch writer, because it's ultimately like an improv to sketch program. So that sort of is how I fell in love with sketch, and actually decided I want to do sketch more than improv, which I did.
Yeah, it's a whole different skill set.
I know.
It's such a ridiculously different skill set.
It's so different, and I can, I'm serviceable at improv. I can do it. I'm great at following along. Like, if you need someone who can keep up, I can keep up, but I'm not great at driving. But sketch writing I just prefer, because I like to, I'm enough of a control freak where I want to be able to sit down and be like, here's where that laugh is going to be. I know, because I wrote it, the not knowing.
Hold for laughter.
Yeah, this, boom, brackets. But yeah, the not knowing of improv didn't suit me. Because when it's good, it's so good. But when it's bad, it's real bad.
So bad.
And you feel that when you're doing it. You're like, this is not going well.
Well, that's why it helps to have That's why when you see a really great improv team, I mean, it is that bit of magic where it's like, yes, they are making it up on the spot. However, it takes a lot of work to get to the point where they all understand each other and they understand how to work as a team.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as instantaneous always as people might think. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
You know, you are coming up with the concept in a moment.
Yeah.
But when you know how your team works.
It is, yeah. I mean, and to see, and there's so much improv in Chicago. There's so much comedy in Chicago. And to see people who are really, really fantastic at it is just kind of otherworldly. And I don't do things that I'm not good at. So, like, if I can't, like, be, like, really excellent at it, then I'm kind of like, I really would rather focus my attention somewhere else.
Boy,
So,
I'd live that way. I'd just be in the fetal position.
I'm just, it's not a great trait,
the thing
actually.
I'm good at.
I want to go through the cast, the campus, the Krampus.
The campus craft.
I want to go through the campus cast.
Do it.
Because there's a lot of good comedy people in the movie.
Yeah.
Here we go, Krampus. Oh, internet!
Do you want me to tell you who's in this cast?
No.
Okay.
We're gonna quiz you.
All right.
We're gonna say a name, and
Sexy
you're gonna
Adam
have
Scott.
to.
Adam Scott.
We're gonna say a name. You're gonna tell us if
Adam
they're
Scott.
in the cast.
The hair. Okay, go ahead. I love
John Leguizamo.
this quiz. Not in the cast.
Correct.
Oh my god, I was so
Tony
nervous.
Collette.
Tony Collette is in the cast.
Tony
Shalhoub.
Danza.
Not in the cast. Not in the cast.
Trick
Okay.
question. What's one person? Tony Shalhoub Danza. He's not well known.
He is in the cast. He was one of the Dark Elves.
David Koechner.
Hyde Pierce.
Hyde Pierce. That's his other middle name.
Oh, not in the
We're
cast.
tricky here.
You
David
guys.
Koechner is in the cast. Allison Tolman.
That's me.
Are you in the cast?
I am in the cast.
Correct, you're
Picks
correct.
up the rice in the church where a wedding has been.
Ooh, that song should be about me. You're right.
Yeah.
More songs about me, please. What are
What the song about the lonely woman?
Maverick Flack.
you talking about? That's a happy song. Maverick. Yes.
Okay,
Plays my
you're
kid.
right. That is the best fucking name in the world.
He is such a cool kid, man.
His name's Maverick. Of course he is.
Yeah.
But his last name is Flack.
Yeah.
Maverick Flack.
He's
They
That's
had to
really
compete.
He's
cool.
from New Zealand.
Oh, yeah.
That's like when you get two opposing penalties on offense and defense, they cancel each other out. You get Maverick Flag.
Maverick.
Maverick Flack. Well, all right.
Well, you know.
I'm going really far down on the cast list just to see
Well, that's how you're going to
Not
trick
big a
her.
cast. I feel like
who plays the Dark Elf.
there are many dark elves,
Trick question.
and I couldn't tell you.
All right, but which
didn't have to admit
Affleck
that
brother is it?
All dark elves look
I
the
told
same.
you, I'm the-
Allison!
I'm sorry.
You can't say
I'm a
that.
dark elf racist. No,
My wife called the Target employees, the two black Target employees, racist because the Hanukkah stuff did not qualify for the holiday sale, even though there were
Ooh.
signs. And it was just like, I was just standing there like, I don't know what to do right now.
But is Jewish a race?
Yes.
is that racist?
You tell
oh.
them. Ashkenazi Jew. We did the DNA test.
Okay, good.
It's
All right,
a-
listen. I was asking. I wasn't pointing a finger.
But it was amazing to watch because the two employees were just like, yeah.
when she left, did her rage
Right.
burn for 8 days
You're right.
longer?
It did. It
Okay,
did.
good. I'm just curious.
They gave us the discount. And then when the manager left, the cashier high-fived Dory.
Awesome. That is good stuff.
Did Dory take Myra as her last name, or she's
No,
still
she's
Shafir?
got a byline. She needs to keep
Shafir.
that going.
Is it hyphenated Shafir Myra?
No. Shafrir is
Love
how you
the
say it.
hyphen.
Shafrir
I'm
is
not
how
a
you say it.
hyphen. Hyphens are.
Yeah, I'm like,
I actually knew that. I don't
stick
know
with
what
your name if that's what you want to do. Even though I'm very disappointed.
I told Lydia, do whatever. I don't care. You can take my name or don't take my name. Whatever.
You should fucking take that name.
I
You
should
kidding
take
me?
her last name.
Hurst.
I should
What's
take
her
her
last
last
name?
name. Hurst.
Oh yeah.
I should
Yeah.
take her last
You
name.
take that name.
That
I
comes
should.
with gravitas.
Yeah.
That name.
Chris Hurstwick.
If Dory's last name was Rockefeller, I'd take it.
But I think Hurstwick sounds even more grandiose.
I mean, you
Hurstwick?
could
Because a wick, like putting a
new
wick
name.
at the end of a thing, makes it
You're
sound.
really right.
Yeah. Allison Tolwick,
Yes.
starring in The Queen of Everything.
I'd
Okay.
watch that.
What's The Queen of Everything about?
Well, just me, like just my regular life.
Yeah.
It's just documentary series.
Wait, this is coming from the person who said Eleanor Rigby should be about her.
Can you tell that I want everything to be about me?
If you're a comedy person, you have to be
You
that
guys
way.
spot a theme here.
That's kind of
Kind of bitchy, kind of selfish.
That's gonna.
Well,
are you doing,
welcome to podcasting.
Are you doing live stuff at the moment?
I'm not.
Do you miss it?
At the moment. No, I do miss it a lot. A lot. I actually, I haven't done theater regularly in a while, but I had a podcast in Chicago that I did where we performed live. It was like a live once a month show that we did in front of a live audience.
And what's it called?
It's called City Life Supplement. It all exists on the internet, but is no longer being made. So that kind of I got my live fix from that, but it's been a while now. So I'm
How many episodes did you guys do?
We did 3 seasons, so oh my gosh, I don't know.
That's
20,
fantastic.
17 maybe, I don't know.
I think people will be very excited to hear that there is a full. I mean, I'm sure there are a lot
is.
of improvised podcasts. I don't mean to suggest that there aren't out there, but I think that's very cool to hear.
No, this one was sketch. This was sketch. This was like all.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, no, that's not very impressive.
Don't listen to it then.
It really. I loved it. I was really proud of it. Yeah, it was my home, my kind of artistic home.
Where do you use UCB stuff here in LA?
No, I don't. Mm-mm. I've thought about it, but again, I feel like I really want to get back into sketch writing because again, that's sort of like where my talents lie and where my heart is. Improv, again, I could do, but there's people who are so good at it that I'm kind of like, you take that.
Did you ever audition for SNL?
No.
Have you ever auditioned for a sketch TV show?
No.
Good, they're the worst auditions.
Oh, I'm sure.
Come in with 3 characters.
I have friends who are like now who have gotten to the point in the sort of comedy world in Chicago that they're going into audition for SNL, and they're just like, it's a racket, man. It's crazy. It's
gotta be horrifying,
process.
right?
I can't even imagine.
I don't ever want to do it.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to.
I don't want to
Thank
do
God.
it. I don't want to do it.
I mean, it is you have to go in with a couple of characters, and you basically just it's a very artificial environment where you almost probably feel like you're doing it alone.
Yes.
You need 2 characters?
Impressions.
I don't know for
and-
SNL. But
My question is, chubby curmudgeon, is that 1 character or 2 characters?
you've splintered it
'Cause
into
I've
a lot of
nailed
different.
it.
I'm wondering. No, because I auditioned for Mad TV a bunch.
Oh, yeah.
In the 90s. And that was like 2 or 3 characters, and it was just it was really rough.
Yeah.
Because especially like being in the waiting room and hearing other people's sketch auditions, and it was like, oh, there's that guy's loud character. Oh, there's that lady's neurotic Minnesota character. There's like you see a lot of, and then you go, oh, mine aren't any better than those.
Yeah, like listening to that go on.
Yeah.
That was definitely part of like my training. I think at Second City was I don't know if we really worked on characters so much because we did a lot of like stuff for our sketch shows, but they were like, it's probably a good idea to have some characters, like some solo work in your pocket that you can do, for these auditions. And I didn't have that in my pocket. And I did have a sketch audition come up. I forgot about this. I don't even remember what the show was, but I went into like a casting office and had to audition for this sketch show. And I didn't have a bit, like I didn't have a solo bit. And they were like, oh, it's fine. You can do a sketch, like we'll read a sketch with you. So I like gave the script to the person off camera and read the sketch with them with like no rehearsal and like no. It was
They
terrible.
totally nailed it, right?
It was rough, you guys. It was rough. It's like, this is not going well.
Yeah, cold reading of a sketch is not the best.
Yeah, so then I was like, I really need to have some solo stuff. I understood kind of the importance of that after that, but I still didn't do it because I'm lazy. Bitchy, selfish, lazy. Yeah!
But maybe that's not true because you're saying that up front, so maybe none of that's true.
Yeah, it's true. It's a trick.
It's
Illusion.
all a big ruse. So when you really get to know, you're like, she's not that bitchy or selfish at all.
No, I like to set the bar really low. That's my forte.
I mean, what's your favorite type of thing to work on then? Is it? Do you like doing character stuff in film, or do you like doing TV stuff, or would your dream be like, it'd be great to do like a sketch show?
Oh man, I don't know that I would want to do a sketch show, just a sketch show, because I think it's nice to like develop a character and work on it and get to know it and spend some time with it. Which in like television is kind of best for that. I feel like you kind of, I don't know, but you can also get tired of a character, I guess, after a certain amount of time and not want to play it and be locked in, you know?
Are you listening, Kelsey Grammer?
Or,
20 years.
that wasn't me.
He's not listening, don't worry.
No.
You're right.
Survey says no.
And no one he knows is listening, and no one's going to tell him, and he's going to be fine.
Boy, a lot of real talk from Chris today.
Sorry, Matt. I'm really sorry.
Oh, God.
I have a better chance of talking loudly down the street in Los Angeles and him hearing me.
That you
than him
actually, that's
listening to this
100% true.
podcast.
Walking down the streets of Beverly Hills.
We
or
can open a window. Let's just open a window and see if we can get him to
Yeah,
listen
the
in.
thing about Frasier is...
What was that over there?
Oh, hello.
Good.
Oh,
He just walked in.
hello, Matt.
Hi, Kelsey. Graham.
It's really good to be here.
I like everything about you except your
I know, Matt.
personal views on politics.
I listen to the podcast. Also, go Trump.
Yeah. Oh.
Ew.
I don't know. Is that his,
I don't know who. He's probably Rubio, I would guess. Or Ted
Really?
Cruz. He's crazy, so.
Crazy.
Whenever I hear Marco Rubio's name, I cannot get the Rubio Baja Grill jingle out of my head. Do you know it?
No.
Rubio's Baja Grill.
I don't know that either.
Maybe that's a local LA thing. Boy,
Maybe-
no one else in this room. Fuck you guys,
Why
it's
don't
a
you-
thing.
Did you dream this?
Oh no! Is this real life?
Is this real life?
Are you here now? Are we
I
here
don't
now?
think that's a thing.
No, I'm gonna pull it up on the internet now because just to show you
Your
guys.
phone doesn't work in here.
All that comes up is Hardwick after dentist.
Oh my gosh, you found it so quick.
No jingle in sight.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
we've proven that there is in fact a place called Rubio's, but not that they have a jingle.
There's a girl jingle. I'm gonna find it. I don't care what you guys say. Oh,
Maybe it's
no.
just the song you sing in your head when you pass one. I have those.
No,
I do
think it
too.
was-
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Arby's.
I think it was. You know, when I think it was I think they were radio spots. You might have to cut all this out, Katie. I can't find it. I'm lying. No, it's a real thing.
Sure it is, Chris. I don't think we have to cut this out.
Fucking mouth.
It's fun for you to imagine things.
No, I did not imagine.
Theater of the mind. Listen, everyone.
I know people.
This is the best kind of
I
theater.
know people listening who maybe were in who lived in the Los Angeles area for a long time must remember Rubio's Baja Grill.
I feel like you had sang that before on the podcast, and someone, whoever our guest was, also knew it. And I just imagined that you guys both improvised it at the same. I was like, I got a couple of Wayne Brady's here. Like that's what I was thinking.
That's my band name. Couple Wayne Brady's.
Couple of Wayne Brady's.
Yeah.
I'd see that band.
Disclaimer: there are no Wayne Brady's in. Are you trying to find it, Deb?
Yeah, of course you can't find it.
Everyone in the room looking.
There's a reason you can't find it,
Let
Deb.
me wake up the dog and get the dog on top of it too.
My Google Foo is very bad because I couldn't get it on the homepage using the
What?
Google Foo.
What is that?
My skill, my skill at.
I'm good at that. I'm good at like putting together the words to find the thing.
You're good at a search string.
Yeah. Yeah,
What-
yeah. I don't know why I'm like
Well,
really.
why don't you
like,
brag about it, Allison?
I feel like it's a skill.
It is a good skill.
It's a
I
good
think.
skill to have.
The other night I was trying to figure out why the Christmas lights weren't working, so I had Googled how to tell which Christmas light is out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, is it like 4 down the stream is the one that's out or whatever?
4 down the stream, 1 in the cream.
Yep, that's what I thought it would be.
Yipes.
But so I Googled it, and I took a screenshot of the other searches for how to tell, and the things that came up were how to tell if a girl likes you, how to tell if someone is lying, how to tell if while you are pregnant.
Oh no!
Well, you are.
And I tweeted out and said, I bet this is one panicked teenager.
Can you forward me
doing
that
all
link, by the way? I'd love to know.
I think these are just all the stages. How to tell if a girl likes you.
Right.
So he figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she likes me. How to tell if someone's lying. She's on the pill.
She's like, yeah.
How to tell.
This is like a real human drama unfolding now.
Really go- I think we can start just pitching shows based on recommended searches.
I'm pretty sure that's a lot of shows get made.
Oh my God, you're not wrong.
Like, I know it's about.
What is the Allison Tolman show? If you were pitching the Allison Tolman show, what is it?
Oh man,
You must have thought about that at some point.
We
You know,
can't
I've
afford to
actually-
make it because that theme song is too much.
I've actually said I don't want to make like the Allison Tolman show. Like I've actually said these words before because people are always asking me like, you know, if you're a sketch writer, are you gonna write your own sitcom someday? And I'm like, yeah, I would like to do that, but I don't want to just like write the Allison Tolman show. Like I want to wait and write about something that I think is like,
Allison Tolman and Friends.
that sounds better to me.
The Allison takes on.
Allison takes on exactly. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah,
Not necessarily the Allison Tolman. I'm just going through all.
What if you work at a Chicago toll booth and you're like, I'm Tolman, And then
I like that a lot.
Yeah, and we'll work it out. Don't
No,
worry.
that's
And then
really
and then
good.
the running joke, it's bigger
I'm a
on the
tall
inside
woman.
joke. The running joke is, did you know your name was yes? Like every episode.
You guys.
Come on.
Yeah, and then we'd have like a different cast of characters come through. I do like that.
Yeah, it's
actually.
the
That's
beauty
good.
of that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, why isn't
talk.
it Allison Tolman? Why you got to be sexist, Allison?
No, it's my dad's.
Yeah, it's definitely your
My
dad's
dad
fault.
gave it
Your
to
dad
me.
chose that.
I got a light
Jesus.
giggle out of Katie, which is actually a big win. We can never. I mean, Katie is completely numb inside from listening to.
I think the only thing
podcasts.
Katie actually like laughs at is hilarious Jew jokes.
I did laugh at your joke.
Way to go, Levine.
Nicely done.
I had a conundrum here, which the two. Are you a sports fan at all?
A little bit. My boyfriend's a huge sports fan, so there's sports on in our house all of the time.
So I'm not. People tend to get annoyed when I say I'm not a sports fan, to which I always respond. The amount of times you have to hear me say I'm not a sports fan pale in comparison to how much I have to hear about sports in our culture. So fuck you. But this will be for you guys. But my mom is a huge fan of the Rich Eisen show, and so I said, "Oh, well, I'll go on, and then you can come on with me because because a bunch of my friends have been on the Joel McHale's of the world. I've had a bunch of friends go on, so I booked the show and supposed to go on this Thursday, but it turns out my mom's a real estate agent, so she has an inspection that she can't get out, so she can't go. So I did the pre-interview this morning, the Rich Eisen show, and they go, "So what teams do you like?" And I go, "None of them." I go, "I'm not really a sports person in my mind." They were like, "Oh." And I go, "Yeah, I did this because my mom loves Rich so much, and she's a huge sports fanatic, but now she
Now
can't
she's
make
not
it."
here.
So
I'm free Thursday.
I could come on and talk about bowling, which my dad was a bowler, or I could just maybe come on at a different time on my mom. I call my mom and I go, "Yeah, I don't know. I told them I could do the show anyway." And she was like, "Honey, are you sure you want to do that? Because people are going to be very mean to you on the internet." And I go,
She's right.
"Yeah, if I
She's
get
looking out
trolled
for
by
you.
sports people, I don't really care."
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I got offers early on, like when Fargo was on, to come and talk about sports on be the celebrity on the sports show, and I was like, I don't want to do it. Like I don't know enough about it, and I still don't know enough about it. But
You'll get there.
I could fake it.
Sure.
I picked which sports teams I like. I went to Baylor, so I'm a Baylor fan.
Yep.
I mean, because of loyalty and whatever. But I like the professional teams I pick based on if their players seem like they are nice to each other.
Ah, okay. So based on that, which team are you
Sacramento
enjoying
Kings.
right now?
They're my favorite.
The Kings.
The Kings. I know. I hear they're terrible, but they're my favorite.
There's also a lot of infighting over there, and they're trying to push their coach out.
No. The team loves each other. The team loves each other.
What
right.
sport
I
is
like
this?
that.
It's basketball.
This is basketball.
That's basketball.
God damn it. I'm sorry I don't know anything about
I don't
it.
care.
Wait, you meant the Sacramento Kings, right? Or were you thinking of the hockey Kings?
No, the Sacramento Kings.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know the name. I asked my boyfriend just the other day. So.
No, but I mean, there's two Kings.
I know.
Different sports. I've
I've actually never watched a hockey game. I don't think ever.
Hockey Live is super fun to watch.
I would agree with that, actually. I've been to a couple of hockey
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
and it is genuinely fun. The experience of seeing it live,
Oh, yeah.
it is a mile away
Yeah.
from watching it on.
Yeah.
I think you have to really love hockey to watch it on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
but
agree
being
with that.
going live, you don't really even have to like it, and it's just exciting to see it.
Yeah.
They did this experiment in the early 2000s where they put a little glow on the puck on television, so you could see it. It just looked like they were shooting a laser puck around. It was terrible.
Why?
That sounds
But they
amazing.
tried it.
That sounds like a great idea.
Pull up a picture of that, Katie. I suppose you could search Google Fuit. Glowing puck, television glowing puck,
Laser puck.
laser puck. I don't know if
That's the
laser
name of my
puck's
band.
gonna be.
Oh,
that's your band.
Dibs,
That's
dibs,
your
dibs,
band.
dibs, dibs.
Okay, you can open for the two Wayne
Dibs.
Bradys. Or it's just be the Wayne Bradys.
Yeah, it could be.
The Wayne Brady
It was
bunch?
a
The Wayne Brady bunch.
couple of Wayne Bradys.
I like
Couple
the
of Wayne
two
Bradys.
Wayne Bradys.
The two Wayne Bradys.
You know, like the Ben folds 5. It's not
Yeah.
5 people. There's
It's
3.
also not Wayne Brady. There's not even actually one Wayne
Yeah.
Brady in the two Wayne
Ben Folds
Bradys.
5 actually has a Ben Folds, though.
Is that
Is that
it?
it?
Like there's a little.
Yeah.
Glowing puck.
Yeah, and it would just glow. And the tracer up top. Look at the one up top right. That red one.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And that's what it looked like watching.
well, what's wrong with that? That
Watching
seems like a
professional
great idea.
hockey.
Like they were shooting a little comet around.
Terrible idea. Like look at that.
It just looks like he's using heat vision to burn the goalie. he's burning a hole in the goalie so he can shoot a puck through him.
I would watch a lot of hockey if
Wouldn't
that's
you?
how that worked.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd love to watch mutant hockey.
I feel like any sport though, like live, I can probably watch. You know, like that I wouldn't watch on television.
Yeah.
What does your boyfriend do?
What does he do for his like life?
Yeah.
He works with computers.
Computers.
What a
Is he a
dork.
programmer?
No, he's a security architect. He's in network security. Oh, yeah, isn't that a cool title?
That is really cool.
It's like Robert Herjavec on Shark Tank.
So you guys have all sorts of firewalls and proxy servers.
We do.
Yeah.
Like, although we have like a Connect. Is that the thing?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
called?
The
Xbox.
Xbox.
Basically, like a camera in your house.
Watching you at all times.
Watching me at all times. I'm like, we're pretty careful about like passwords and things, and like you're pretty strict with me about that stuff. But we have a camera in our house. It's on all the time. Like that seems counterintuitive.
We should probably
to me.
stop saying our passwords out loud on the couch.
Exactly. When I type it in, I have to say every letter.
Kangaroo
every time.
94.
KANG.
Zeros for the O's.
9s for the ends.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't have to. It's a
I
password.
don't understand how it works. It has to look like the letter.
Nah. You just have to sound like it. You got to think like a vanity plate.
You gotta think like a vanity plate.
That's how you make passwords.
Well, you shouldn't think that way because your password should contain punctuation in them too. You need to do upper lowercase punctuation.
You can put a lightning bolt on a vanity plate, a heart,
You can?
a dash,
You can do those things?
depending on which state you're in.
I think we're about a minute away from emoji password strings.
Oh, sure, yeah, go for it. Have
Yeah,
fun.
probably.
I don't care.
Like, you have to remember how you felt when
But then you have
made
to
up that
also
password.
remember like what shade you gave your hands. Like, was it this yellow? Was it a little browner? Was
Well,
it?
that's why it's harder. They'd be harder to
It'd be
crack.
harder
an
to
emoji
crack,
string.
but also harder to remember.
It would be.
Well, I think we're not
Also,
going to
my
solve
parents
anything
have
here.
like a notebook that they have all their passwords written in, and it would be hard for them to write down all of those emojis. It's so secure.
Some of them might be racist
It
in
makes
there.
it makes
in their
my-
books.
Yeah, my brain's head explode. Yeah,
stop.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just trying to have a secure network. I just need to protect my Yelp account. I don't know why I'm doing that voice. I'm not suggesting
that
that's your
sounds
parents.
just like my mom.
Allison.
Allison. Just kidding. That's not at all what you sound like, Mom.
Where are your parents?
Where are they?
Yeah, what part of the country?
They are on their way, flying back to Texas at this very moment, actually. They came in for the premiere. They came in for the Krampus premiere.
How was the
yesterday.
the Krampus premiere?
It was so much fun. This is my first big movie premiere, I guess. I went to the gift premiere. That was pretty big. But my parents came into town, and I told my parents they could come to my first big movie premiere, and then I told my friend Elaine she could come to my first horror movie premiere, and it happened to be the same one. So I had a whole posse.
Oh,
with
that's
me.
fun.
It was really a lot of fun.
Did they like the movie?
They did, and my mom's a scaredy cat, so.
Krampus looks
Funny little laugh.
Krampus looks gremlinsy.
Exactly. Very much so.
That sort of fun, dark
Fun,
holiday.
dark, exactly. Yeah, and kind of throwback old school. So it's I really, really like it. But I love horror films. No matter what, I love horror films.
He does too.
Yes.
I could talk about horror films all the live long
Beyonce and
day.
I watched the shit out of everything we can get. We just watched Goodnight Mommy last night. Have you seen it yet?
Yes, I loved it. Did you?
You
like
did?
It? Yes.
I didn't love it.
Okay.
Because
Let's talk about it. Follows after this.
Okay, I'll talk to you about that too.
All right.
So good because two very hyped movies.
Yes.
It Follows. And
Well, I saw
Goodnight Mommy.
Goodnight Mommy when it opened before it was hyped. That
Okay.
might be different.
I feel like the way that it is marketed, the story that you think going into it is not actually how it plays out.
That's the twist. There's twists.
But I feel like it's not a twist. First of all, I saw the twist within a minute.
I didn't. I didn't see the twist.
I saw the twist within a minute.
Would you consider yourself a good twist spotter?
I don't try to spot twists.
You watch movies like you're supposed to.
I watch movies like I'm supposed to. And I actually saw The Visit.
Uh-huh.
Is that the one with the grandparents? M.
Yeah,
Night
yeah,
Shyamalan?
yeah,
Is that
yeah.
The Visit? And I guessed the twist, and I was so upset because I never guessed the twist because I'm not trying
but
to.
you're going into an M. Night movie.
Yeah.
You're always trying to guess the twist.
I really don't. I never have guessed the twist in one of his ever. And this one, I was like, oh, ew, I don't like the way this feels.
Might as well just leave.
I could leave now. So,
But
yeah.
but I also just the movie is very beautifully shot.
Beautiful, yeah.
But I just feel like it's so arty and it just dragged.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say there are so many creepy, skeevy things in it.
Yeah.
That are, but it wasn't
Skeevy.
quite the horror. It's not really a horror movie at all.
Yeah.
It's more of a psychological thriller. But
I agree.
But it just didn't really. I think I went into it with a different expectation.
Yeah.
For what
I totally get it. I have a friend that I watch horror movies with. My boyfriend will not watch horror movies, so my friend Kelsey and I watch horror movies together. And we had been in a long dry spell where we had just seen like shitty horror movie after shitty horror movie, and then we went and saw Goodnight Mommy, and it was the best thing we'd seen in months. So.
It is gorgeous, and especially with all of the flood of. There is a particular flood of inexpensive horror movies in the saturating the market right now, even more so than any other time, because you can make horror movies for cheap, and people just do it, and that's kind of annoying. But
Sometimes they're great.
Sometimes they're great, but it's sort of like an improv show. When it's great, it's magical, and it really stands out because so many.
That's exactly why I love horror movies. Because I love finding the ones that are so good that you're like, you guys.
Oh, so It Follows. If you ask anyone about It Follows, the first thing they say, which I think is very telling, is they go, "The soundtrack is amazing."
The soundtrack is good. Solid
They
soundtrack.
don't. No one I've talked to yet ever comments on the movie first, and it was a really fun movie. But they always say the soundtrack was amazing, which I think is not exactly what you want for. But I thought it was a great concept. I thought it looked amazing.
I thought it looked amazing. I loved the tone. It was scary. I loved this like
Very
weird
different.
world. I loved it. I hated the third act so much that it really took me out of it. I didn't like the way
You didn't like the way it sort of played out.
Yeah, I didn't like the way things played out. It just didn't do it for me.
I didn't see it. I have no input.
I want to ask a bunch of questions, but then I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't seen it yet.
You guys should probably go see it.
Go see it, and then we'll all meet
Okay,
back
we're
here
gonna
in a
pause
couple of
this.
days. We're going to pause this
Pause
for a
this.
week. Cut back. I haven't gone to... I've just been soiling myself for 7 days. I need water.
Sorry, guys.
What else have you seen
Chris,
that you
Comedy
like?
Central said you're fired because you've been in this room for a week and you've missed a week.
A deal's a deal.
A week of shows.
You're a man of your word. A shit-covered man of your word.
They said
body candy.
They said South Park does just fine. We don't need him.
Shut up. Don't you think I don't want them to figure that out? So what else have you seen then?
That's good. What
Yeah.
have I seen recently? Well, The Babadook was amazing
Babadook
last
was
year.
fun, yeah.
Loved The Babadook. Have you seen The Taking of Deborah Logan?
I feel... Oh, God.
I liked that one.
I've seen so many blanking of
I
and then
know.
someone's name. I feel like maybe we did see Taking of Deborah Logan.
This is the one that does a sort of twist on possession with dementia.
God, I can't remember if we've seen that one or not.
If you did, it didn't make an impression on you, obviously.
What was the one where the people were in a town and then there were these like demons that were slowly attacking the town? Fuck it. Shit.
Oh.
Do you know which one I'm talking about? There's like a small town.
Kind of a campy movie.
Yes.
Yeah. And like their things come out of the sink. I don't remember.
God damn it! We've seen so many.
I've seen that they bleed together. I don't remember what that one's called.
Shudder is a great horror app. If you don't.
Oh
have
yeah.
it. Shudder is a.
I thought you were going to say Shudder, the horror movie, which is about a camera that can kill people or something.
It is a high. It's. Let's make it.
It exists. I'm telling you, it's a real movie.
We should. Shudder is a highly curated horror app and a streaming service. But it's curated by these couple of guys, and they purposely don't bring in a lot of big ticket horror franchises. They just handpick, and it's basically by horror fans for horror fans, and so all of the categories are very specific.
I love it.
And it's got a really nice interface. It's great.
Interesting.
It's great. It'll help you discover a lot of, because a lot of the. Netflix and iTunes don't really categorize horror films very well.
Right.
So...
Yeah, they don't. They really don't. I end up finding horror films mostly by going through on demand and watching previews of everything in that genre.
Have you thought about writing a horror film?
I haven't.
You should do that.
Maybe I should do that.
If you're a horror fan and
I love them. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe that'll be my big undertaking.
just for the fuck of it.
Just for the fuck of it.
I mean, just for the fuck of it sometimes turns into like then you could be making 5 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a great idea. I think that they're hard though. They're hard to do properly, you know?
They are, but I feel like if you really love the genre, and also I think people who have a sense of comedy,
Right.
like that adds so much to a good horror movie.
I agree. I keep saying that in Krampus Press is that like there's a way to do horror that has a lot of joy to it. I feel like The Descent is super super scary, but I feel like also super joyful because when these women start like kicking ass, you're just like, this is amazing. Like it gives you such a high.
So how do you interpret the ending of that movie? And did you see the alternate ending?
I did.
And so how do you interpret it? I mean, I feel like at this time,
Which is
The Descent has been out for a long
Yeah,
time.
the alternate ending is Ash wakes up and he slept too long, and the apocalypse has happened.
Wait. I don't remember which is which now in the ending and the alternate ending.
I think
but
the
there's
alternate
there's
ending-
there's a sequel that's not
The alternate
not
ending,
good.
she gets out, I think, and she's like running on the road or something.
Oh right,
Yeah.
that's right. But doesn't she get out anyway? I feel like her arm coming through the thing.
No, I think in the original ending, she's just in.
She stays with the daughter.
She's just there.
Oh no, I love the original ending
Yeah.
because she's the last one. She's the last girl, and then she decides to stay down there.
Particularly hard movie for me to watch, being claustrophobic and all. I can't.
Oh God, I know, right? Oh, I love that movie. It's just one.
Maybe you should write The
favorites.
Descent 3.
I think I should.
Going deeper.
That's good. You know what you're good at? Subtitles. That's good. Yeah.
Starring 2 Wayne Bradys.
With a score by. I forgot the name of my band now.
You were. What was Allison's band's name?
Shit.
Good.
No,
that
you're
was
not
our
even paying
band.
attention.
I can't remember.
Fuck. Oh, it was Laser Puck.
Yes, it was.
Laser Puck.
Yeah. No, I think it was
Exactly Laser Puck.
I think it was Laser
Yeah,
Puck.
It was
Something
something
like
exactly like Laser Puck. Yeah, that's right. Score by them.
Boy, I just gave birth to a brain baby.
Really, like, that took us a while.
That was
but it
tough, and then finally
clearly
came
was
out.
worth it. Laser Puck, you guys. just revisit that.
Remember a minute ago?
It was good times.
I think it's important to reflect.
Remember when Matt married a Jewish lady,
I sure
and then
do.
she got all mad at that Target?
That was a hoot.
That was a hoot and a half, wasn't it?
It was. I would. It was. The deal was. It was. They put the sign out, and it was $50 off, $100 of holiday merchandise. So we were shopping because we were having a party with latkes and Christmas cookies. Merging
So if you buy
the two.
$100, you get $50 off?
Yeah,
That's kind of a great deal.
It was a great deal. It was Saturday only at Target.
If you're not a Jew.
Yeah.
It was, and
Which is not fair.
we hit like $128. We're high fiving each other. Great job. We did it. We got enough Christmas stuff. We got enough Hanukkah stuff. We go up to the register. They scan the coupon. Does not apply. We were like, what doesn't apply here? And then the guy's going through the bag. He's like, oh, I don't think this does or this does. And he pulls out our Hanukkah tablecloth and a
Dreidel, menorah.
yeah, and like our Hanukkah. It was like
A rabbi. We
we were
bought
like,
a rabbi.
We're like, hang on a second. What do you mean? She's like, well, no, you got to have $100 worth of stuff. I was like, look at everything we bought. Nothing in here is not a holiday bullshit thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, no, I don't think this and this and this. And
Dory was
she's-
right to get mad.
Yeah, she's like, well, she's like, so you're telling me that the Hanukkah.
When you say
what I
holiday-
said to them was. I was like, so you're saying it's okay except for the Jew shit? That's what I said. That's what I said out loud to them.
Did she interpret for you then?
No, she's like,
Oh, so the Target symbol's not blue. You're just
she was
anti-blue?
like, and then she goes, she's like, wait a second. So the Hanukkah stuff is no, but the sign was right next to the Hanukkah stuff, and they're like, and he's like, yeah, I know, but sorry, I can't change the
Because it's
coupon.
not the poor guy
All I
cash
can do is
registers.
cancel. I
No.
know, and I've been on that side of things before, you know, and I was feeling bad, but then Dory was like, when she said, so this Hanukkah stuff doesn't apply, and then they said yes, and she was like, so you're racist. And both of the employees helping us were black, and that moment for me was like,
Did you get a little hotter on the collar?
I was, oh, God.
wait in the
I got a coffee.
wait in the car.
Yeah, iced coffee.
This is weird.
But it was the guy behind
Hanukkah
us.
to you, gentlemen.
The guy behind us was also buying a dreidel. So it was just like, what's happening?
How
And I'm just
surreal
sitting
and
here going
bizarre.
like, I didn't need to be here.
So who came out and gave you the discount?
After much back and forth discussion, the original manager finally did the override. Mm-hmm. But when he left,
Rightfully so.
yeah, when he left, the way
completely agree,
the girl at the register, she was like, "I'm gonna high five you because that was amazing." She's like, "When you said that was racist," I was like, "Yeah."
That's nice that she was on board with that.
Yeah,
That's
no,
good.
she was so sweet.
I
like
love it.
she was the best. She was like the best. Like I was even watching her as we were like getting closer in line. I was like, oh, she's like interacting with everybody. She's having a great Saturday.
Uh-huh.
She's like,
Or at
being
least,
awesome.
they could have at least owned the racism in the sign and said Christmas.
What sucked about it
Yeah.
was like I was
but
like,
to say holiday, it is a holiday.
Yeah.
well, it was also
Yeah.
like, and I
Unfair.
took a picture of the display in case you guys want to see what the display looked like.
I'm sure everyone listening to the podcast.
They want to
Check
see,
my
but they
Twitter
can't.
feed.
It's on your Twitter
it comes
feed.
from Saturday when I tweeted that Target was racist. I said apparently
That was a good
Target
day.
I said apparently Target holiday discount doesn't apply to Hanukkah, and then I wrote, haven't these people been through enough?
Yeah. When does the injustice end?
Because I was just like, well, whatever. I don't care. It's Target. But yeah, this was the sign, and that's the stuff.
It's like literally on the table.
I mean,
the entire picture
that
is
is
blue.
That is. They really messed up.
yeah.
The entire-
Big time.
I mean,
You
just
probably
to,
saved them a lawsuit.
just to sort of describe what's on this fucking picture. It says, today only, Saturday, $50 off when you spend $100 in Holiday Shop. There is a Christmas tree on the picture. However, it's very clear that it says holiday.
Yeah.
Text Mary to Target, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and that's how you get the discount code. Yep.
Snacks.
Snacks. Wait,
It
go
says-
back. Wait, snacks?
Well, I'm trying
Well, it
to...
just says it tells you the things that aren't
Food?
allowed.
Yep.
So like food was one of
Oh.
the things.
The sign is literally surrounded by
The mensch on a bench.
mensch on a bench. There's a Jewish guy.
Mensch on a
rabbi.
bench
It's
is
a
a
rabbi.
thing?
Yeah.
Like up
came
on
from
a
Shark Tank.
shelf?
Mensch on a bench. There's a
guys.
rabbi there. Phillips menorah,
Uh-huh.
warm white LED glow.
Yeah.
A bunch of stars of David,
Yeah.
all blue. This is fucking comical.
Yeah, no, that's
oh my
that is
God.
that is poorly placed.
That is ridiculous.
But that was
Target,
so that was
what
where
are
it
You
is.
know what?
doing?
Maybe
But that was
before you
where it
got there,
is.
some other Jews came in and they like took down the Christmas display and they put all that stuff on the table with the
Well,
sign.
Long story longer. When the receipt finally printed out, I was like, "Give me the receipt. I got to figure out why this coupon didn't work because the computer had to go categorize.
The computer
things
was
differently.
racist, yeah.
The computer was being very racist, and I looked. And of the stuff that was in actually seasonal garden seemed to be the section where all the holiday stuff was coming from that the discount would have applied to, and we only bought $88 worth of that stuff.
Oh snap!
So what happened was these Hanukkah, I believe we got these tablecloth right down here and these trays. Those were in that section, but those came from housewares. But we didn't know that
No.
as shoppers of Target.
No,
So, long story short.
you guys were in the right.
They just had a shitty display. I mean, the display is beautiful, but poorly executed on their part.
Poorly executed.
But they did the right thing and gave you the discount.
Yep, after
Yeah.
much embarrassment. I was like, oh, God.
After Dory went all Jewish mom on him.
I listen. I was telling her, I was like, I could never have done that for that long. She's like, I know, you would have paid for everything full price. I was like, yep, that's exactly what I would have done.
I don't know if I would have. I don't know if I would have like stuck with it. That's
Well, it
admirable
got
that
to
she
be
did.
like, I was like, listen, I know I haven't been writing since May, but we don't need to be arguing over $50
We're gonna
right
be
now.
okay.
You just
No,
sold
it's
a
the
book.
principle of the idea.
It is the
of the
principle.
idea. Those are all holiday things. They're
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
honoring
no, it
the
was-
thing that they.
But
I
it was
agree. I
it was
agree.
it was really a fun time.
What are holidays like for you?
Well, Thanksgiving's our big holiday in my family. So Thanksgiving, I go back to Texas and eat
Wait, so
with
you were
20
just
people.
in Texas. Then you drag your parents out here?
I know. I'm
Ugh.
terrible.
How was the
How
travel?
dare you do a movie that came out at the
Allison,
holidays?
we're tired.
Oh, your mom.
It's my mom.
Mrs.
My
Tolman.
mom's here. Yeah, no, I was in Texas, and they basically everybody left the house, and then they immediately got on a flight and came to me. What?
Laughing at Allison. We're tired. You're gonna go to this premiere. You're gonna shut your mouth, Mom.
But I think
Put on some lipstick.
it'd be best if we stayed here.
Can't we just go to Target and watch Jews try to buy things at a discount?
That's how we spend Christmas.
It's called a Texas Tuesday.
What part of Texas?
Houston.
Houston. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. It was just in Houston.
No, you weren't.
I was.
All right.
Good job.
Houston, Dallas, Austin a couple months ago.
Yeah, I lived in Dallas for a while too.
Yeah. Are Houston zoning laws any different? There used to not be zoning laws, and so I say that because
Chris has a huge interest in being comptroller of Houston.
Listen. The reason that I bring that up is because it was very weird seeing a skyscraper next to a small.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
There were no zoning law. I thought, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I thought when I was there performing 10 years ago, I was like, why is that building next to that, and why is that thing over there?
Yeah.
Oh, there's no zoning laws.
It's like the house in Up, where
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, you can just build anything next
Yeah.
to anything, but I don't know if it's still.
I don't know if
like
it's
that.
still. I don't know. I don't know.
They do have a rule: every fourth building is a strip club.
Is that true? Are there a lot of strip
That's for
clubs?
all of Texas. No, I don't know.
Houston has a high.
Does it have a lot of? It's
Yeah.
a big city.
Not as high as Portland, but Houston's up there.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the stripping clubs.
You don't have to go in them to know they exist. You just drive by them.
I just don't see the
What good
match.
does that do to you? I don't understand.
Saves you a lot of money and sexual frustration.
Yay! I just go up and stuff dollars into people's pants in life.
Well, I'm sure that's appreciated.
I tell people your joke all the time about strip clubs and being super hungry and paying. It's like Chris's joke. Forgive me if I do it wrong, but you're talking about strip clubs and how ridiculous it is that you're just paying money to have your face shoved in boobs. It's like if you're super hungry and you go to the deli and you just hand the guy money just so you can press your face up against the counter.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my God, that's a really
It's a
old
weird,
joke. I totally
weird
forgot about that
concept.
joke.
You're
It's a
right.
great joke.
But there was another.
I think of it all the time.
There was another one recently of just basically when guys get all amped up about strip clubs, we're like, "Woo, let's go to the strip club." You're basically just calling your friends and going, "Hey guys, you want to go get boners together? Let's go get some boners
You're
together.
right.
Let's go pay to get boners. Let's
sounds
go give all
fun.
of our money to get boners together, and then we'll just lock eyes while we get boners together." It's such a weird.
Why are you locking eyes with your friends while that's happening?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you might be doing it wrong,
Yeah.
but I'm not entirely sure.
There's a reason you don't like strip clubs,
Yeah.
and that's it.
You might be doing it incorrectly.
You know, strip clubs where you watch guys come in their pants.
No,
No, that's not what you
you're
do.
doing it wrong.
What?
I think you're doing it wrong.
I
Maybe
don't
you
know.
could Google that.
I wonder what that Google
Just Google it.
what that
What
Google search is.
string would you use?
How do you
don't know.
go to a strip club? How do you?
Am I doing it right?
How do
Getting
you
boners
strip
with
clubs?
friends, lock eyes.
What's the best way to patronize this establishment?
Yeah, like strip club etiquette.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
There probably is a lot of
extensive blog
etiquette.
posts about that.
Now
yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
see what the recommended. Let's see what the recommended. Oh, what'd you find, Katie?
On Vice, strippers explain strip club.
Oh, Vice doing the.
Because that was like the
the
sound an audience
hipsters'
makes when something
Lord's
sweet
work.
happens. Like,
Kind of sex with the dancers.
Oh, of course not. You'll get arrested.
are you over 18? Yes.
Be nice, not creepy.
Uh huh. Yep.
Wear deodorant.
That's a big yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Pay for fetish play.
All right.
What does that mean?
Like if you wanted to like.
Don't come in your pants.
Don't.
Oh
that was
my
favorite, That was my favorite
God.
Nickelodeon show. Don't come in your pants.
Did you make that website
'cause
real
that
fast?
that was my favorite Elton John and Kiki D song.
Don't
Come in my pants. I couldn't if I tried. What's that say?
Don't ask them to marry you.
But what if you're in love with a stripper?
What if you
Isn't there
fall
a
in
song?
love?
Oh, I'm sure there's many.
I'm in love with a stripper.
And most of them probably were recorded in Atlanta.
Okay to make a personal connection.
Yeah,
but
sure.
don't ask them to marry you.
Oh God, we watched this crazy show on Investigation Discovery the other day called what was it called? Like Snapped, or it's basically one of those shows where
Snapped is the one where women kill their husbands.
Yeah.
Well, it was something like that, but it wasn't Snapped. But it was where someone basically just in a heated moment. They were passion crimes.
Oh, okay.
Usually from people who were married, but it was. I don't think it was.
So what does that end up? What does a passion crime get you? Second degree?
I think it can get you first. Yeah, it can get you manslaughter. It can get you second degree.
You know a lot about this. Are you a murderer?
No, he just watches.
No. Why are you asking?
Good answer.
Do you enjoy your water?
Oh, God. Poisoned. Worth it.
Oh no, that one's marked antidote. I mean, Arrowhead. But this guy, it was a professor, and he was a professor at Tufts University,
Medford, Mass. What up?
and he had been with his wife since they were high school sweethearts, and then they had been together like 20 years.
Oh, well, if you stop watching there, it's a beautiful story.
And he the first 10 minutes of any.
The music's kind of spooky, but the story's good.
Love is in the air.
So he goes to a bar to get a drink after work one day,
Oh, I
and his
wonder where he
wife is a
went.
nurse and she's working nights, and they basically had no intimacy in their relationship anymore. And this 21-year-old woman comes up and starts talking to him, and then kind of reveals halfway through, by the way, for $50, you can totally have sex with me. And this was in the early 80s.
Sure.
So I don't know what that says about the economics of that. But
that same sexing goes for the same now because she's old.
inflation. Oh, you think? There's a...
rate
well,
drop.
she's dead because
Oh
he
no,
killed
a
her.
passion crime.
He killed her. Yeah, it was unbelievable because he paid her and they had sex.
Great.
And he kind of instantly fell in love with her because he was just having a midlife crisis thing, and it was all the physical stuff that he wasn't engaged in.
All right, you turn it off there, and it's kind of like a Duplass Brothers movie.
So his wife finds out about it because, this woman, he falls in love with her, and she just sees him as basically an ATM. So every time they hang out,
yeah.
she's like, "Okay, well that'll be $100," and he's like, "Okay," and so. Like a fucking moron, he's using his credit card, so his wife just very obviously is like, where are these thousands of dollars of charges coming
doing?
from?
And it's the 80s, so she's probably taking a manual imprint.
So she doesn't. She's got the knuckle buster that shook. Okay, this pink copy's for you.
Sign here.
Sign here. X here. Initial here.
We got to press hard.
And so his wife finds out, and she doesn't leave him. She is like, well, we've been together for so long. So he basically, it just gets more and more and more and more intense. Mm-hmm. And then finally, he takes this woman on a trip. It's speaking engagement. First of all, he loses his job. Oh, that's what happens. He starts supplementing paying her by hiring her as a research assistant at the college.
Nice.
And then so the higher ups of the college kind of figure out, like, why is this research assistant making thousands of dollars? Mm-hmm. So then he gets fired for embezzlement.
Oh, boy.
Loses his job.
Oh.
But then gets another opportunity in another city.
Okay.
So and at this point, he's already come clean with his wife. She's totally forgiven him.
But he's still cheating on her.
He's still cheating on her.
Okay.
So he goes on a trip for a speaking engagement, takes the girl with him as his assistant.
Mm-hmm.
As you do.
When they get there, he thinks the trip is only going to cost $1,000, and she's like, "No, it's $1,000 a day." So then it becomes $3,000, and he can't pay it. Mm-hmm. So then she shows up at his house one night with a sledgehammer to try to get him to pay.
That is ballsy.
I guess hits him on the head or something, and then his story is that he wrestles the hammer away from her and then beats her to death. And then disposes of her body in a garbage dumpster somewhere that they never find.
Well, that's where the crime gets a little suspicious.
So, yeah, but just that idea of
Oh, they never found the body?
they never found the body,
Well, then
but
he
he
just-
admitted to killing her.
He probably made that up.
Maybe
the whole thing.
Maybe he made it up.
But it was really fucked up. Where it's like he just instantly fell in love with her,
Yeah.
but he couldn't make the distinction of like she's just charging you more and more each time.
That's so sad.
So that was branching off that don't ask them to marry you,
ask them
don't
to
fall
marry
in
you.
love.
Don't fall in love instantly.
Don't mistake lust for love.
No. That is a sad
Or
story.
services for love.
Yes.
It's not lust. It's not even lust.
Business transactions is what that is.
Every time you swipe my card,
I
feel
love
more
you.
in love.
Shink, shink. Well, now you just use Square.
Exactly.
They got 1.3%.
They all have a square. 1.3%, is that right?
Isn't that what it is?
I don't know.
I feel like that's what it is.
That's what Square gets every time you run the card?
I believe so.
Well, that's not a bad deal for them.
No, not at all. Of course, that's what all these companies do. They all
That was
take
a good
little
idea.
slice
Someone's
of
making some
something.
money off of that.
Yeah.
Is Krampus out now?
It opens on the 4th, on Friday.
Does
Oh! When is this airing? Ask me again.
Friday?
Yeah.
It opens today.
Yes, it does.
Does Adam Scott form a sexual relationship with the Krampus? And then he can't.
No spoilers. Keep going.
And then every time he hands out with Krampus, Krampus is like, "That'll be $50, please."
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be $50, please, American. That'll be 200 Deutsche Mark. Bitte?
That's our whole film now. That's it. You nailed it.
Es tut mir leid. That will be 100 Deutschmark. Bitte?
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not bad. No, Krampus is feeling very generous. Krampus, tell Target not to give discount to Jews.
Classic Krampus.
He's the worst.
He's the worst. He's the worst.
Oh, the way that guy
worst.
hates Jews in retail is crazy.
I mean,
Krampus is really going all out this year to ruin people's experience.
This is going to be
on a
our
level.
best, worst year ever.
Go put the sign on the Hanukkah table. That will confuse them. Oh, Krampus, you've done it again.
If we put some home goods in here instead of seasonal gardens,
More blue, more blue.
the Jews can't resist a discount.
Krampus. Anyway, so that's the plot of Krampus.
That's the whole plot.
Definitely.
Can't wait to see it.
And then they go to a
Opens
strip club.
today. I'm very excited about it.
Strip club.
Adam's like Krampus, do you want to go get
Lock eyes
boners
with
together?
your friend while you get the bonus together.
Look me in the eye.
As you're staring into Chad's eyes, imagine the flow of blood filling his limp penis. As
Flip.
so, anyway, Krampus comes.
Krampus!
Krampus
Man,
is,
we've really gone off the rails, and I like it a lot.
What are you talking about? This is how every podcast
I
goes.
feel like I just feel like now I want Krampus to host the entire podcast in that voice.
Allison Tolman
That's
is
what I
here
want.
today.
Exactly.
We're going to ruin your Christmas. Dragging your
He's
parents across the
terrifying.
country.
This voice is more terrifying maybe than the actual visual Krampus in our film.
I heard your mother is tired. Well, she has a long flight coming. Sorry, I'm Krampus. And he walks out. That's what he
And says, "No peanuts."
Sorry, I'm Krampus.
She's
She
has a middle seat in between two large gentlemen who are sharing
Oh,
schematics the entire time.
But your father has been bumped to first.
wait, why does he like my dad and not my
No,
mom?
it's just your mother's having a bad time.
Oh yeah.
He's just trying to create disharmony in the marriage.
What a dick.
He's Krampus.
He's the worst.
You know, Krampus' legendary movie. Legendary owns Nerdist. I should have pitched this voice to Thomas Tull when this movie was being
You
developed.
really should have.
Is
It's
it
not
too late?
It's not too late for you to just go in and record this, just this voice. They can just play
Just
the
do
movie for you.
We'll just have a instead of
Yeah.
a director's commentary track, you'll have one of
Exactly.
those, but also you'll have the
Krampus
audio track,
The Krampus
Nerdist,
audio track.
Nerdist Krampus,
where you
track.
just talk over, because his mouth doesn't really move,
Yeah.
so
Yes,
we
we
won't.
Krampus.
We won't know. Yes, we Krampus. Now I want that shirt. Thanks.
We knew somebody at the company that
That
could-
should have been a shirt.
Yes, we Krampus. Oh man,
Should it really have been a shirt? Mm-hmm. Okay.
you wouldn't buy that shirt? You'd buy that
wouldn't
shirt.
buy
Krampus
that
is
shirt.
still a thing, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always going to be a thing.
You're right. We need to make
Have
this
you
quick.
have you
before
come up
people move this
against a
idea.
lot of? You probably come up. Are people saying like, "What is Krampus?" in America?
Yes. I mean, today at the junket, 90,000 people have said that. But yes, in general, people don't know who Krampus is.
What's your stock answer?
My stock answer is that he is sort of like from ancient German folklore. He's like the opposite of Santa Claus. He's like the dark Saint Nicholas who comes if you're bad.
mean, he has cramp in the name. That's pretty.
I mean, he's the mensch on a bench to the elf on a shelf. Is that how that works?
Yeah, he's like an extreme elf on a shelf. Who, like, if you lose your holiday spirit, you're gonna be real sorry. He's gonna fuck you up.
Where else can people see you, Allison Tolman?
Just like at my house and stuff.
On your Connect.
Yeah, on my Connect, apparently.
You can hack Allison's Connect and see them
Damn
on the
it.
couch shouting out their passwords.
I'm putting there's a blocky thing. I'm gonna put that on there.
Do it.
What am I doing? I'm doing a show, an Amazon show called Mad Dogs, which I did a couple episodes of, and I'm shooting a pilot next week in Pittsburgh for ABC.
Nice.
I know, I'm excited. Have you guys been to Pittsburgh? You know?
Yeah, I've been to
Yep.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah? I've been there now once for like 36 hours, and it seemed pretty good.
Oh, it's a great town.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Last time I was there, you could still smoke in some bars, so
What?
have a great time.
That's
Wow.
not a reason to
Did
go
you
to
read?
a place.
Did you read the thing I read this morning that Mary-Kate Olsen's wedding?
they had bowls of
the
cigarettes?
reception. It was bowls of cigarettes, and
Well, her husband's
all
French,
the guests
right?
just smoked and smoked. Like that was
Yeah,
the
if he's
write-up.
French, that makes sense.
Love it.
I've
That's
hidden all
classy.
the cigarettes for your holiday wedding.
All you have left is menthol. Oh. I'm Krampus.
No cigarettes, Mary-Kate Olsen. You got it, dude. No?
No, I love it.
Krampus doing
No.
Yeah, no. it
Full
was
House
beautiful.
reference.
Michelle from Full
It
House.
was beautiful.
That's not.
No,
How
okay.
rude. Yeah, that's another one.
It's
Full
Stephanie
House,
Tan.
man. It's all filed away back there.
It's in there somewhere.
For when you need it.
It's all, which is never.
Never. No.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.